Hey Yu-Gi-Oh fans, this is Genbag1234, and I'm going to show you some tips and little stuff you can do with Starter Deck V for Victory. Even though I've only had this for a couple of days, I've actually gotten pretty good with it. So here is our first strategy. You're starting a hand. You have Caligo Clawcrow, Goblinberg, Kage Tokage, Gagaga Magician, and Gagaga Child. Now, what you do, you can empty your entire hand if you draw like a spell or trap card, and you can get all of these monsters on the field and all that stuff. You can Xyz summon next turn, or you can do it this turn. I'd go with next. So, say here's how you would get all of these out on the first turn. You would use Goblinberg's effect. Before you do, Kage Tokage comes into play because level 4 monster was normal summoned. And since Goblinberg's effect hasn't been used yet, you get a special summon him. That goes to defense mode. Clawcrow comes out since you control 2 dark monsters. You only need to control 1. And you can bring out Gagaga Child because you control a Gagaga monster. And then you have Impenetrable Attack for your draw phase. You put that face down when your opponent attacks. Your army's safe, but you may take damage, depending on what goes down. Or, you will take damage. I'm not a fortune teller, I don't know most of this stuff. But, hey, I'm just pretty much going off of basic knowledge. Then, your turn comes back. You draw a card. You draw Double or Nothing. Here's what you do with it. You overlay Goblinberg and Kage Tokage, or you can do Gagaga Magician and Gagaga Child using his effect, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's really crappy effect. Can't conduct your battle phase if you change his level to 4, which is really piece of crap effect. So then here's what you do with Double or Nothing. You bring out number 39 Utopia. Its effect is, you pretty much know what it is, but I'll just read it anyway. Attach one Xyz material when any player declares an attack, and negate the attack. So here's what you do. So you attack with Utopia by using 1 Xyz material, you negate the attack, and then you play Double or Nothing, because when a monster's attack is negated, target that monster, and it can attack again, and when it does, its attack is doubled during the damage step. And since his attack was negated, he is now at 5,000, and he can attack for that much again, along with all your other monsters that haven't got a chance to attack yet. So that's actually a pretty good effect altogether right there. And then once your turn's done and over, you have a choice now. You can protect your army by using that last Xyz material, and then you still have a choice after that, or you can just go for the pretty obvious C39 Utopia Ray. And, yeah. So, that's pretty much, like, the first part of it. First part of all of it. Now, here's some other stuff you can do. Just, hang on a sec. Alright, now here's some other strategies. These 2 cards right here would be your face downs, so we'll just put them down here as some face downs. And it's been about 1 turn. So here's what you do. You activate Gagaga Revenge to bring back either Gagaga Magician or Gardna. We're just going to go with Gardna for now. Put these 2 cards down here where our hand belongs. And then if it's been 1 turn, play Call of the Hunted to bring this guy back. Now you can overlay them, and like the other part, bring out this guy and play Xyz effect, and say your opponent has something big on the field, just use this, screw it, it's gone. Don't have to worry about it anymore. And then by detaching this, it was equipped with Gagaga Revenge, and now all Xyz monsters I currently control gain 300 attack. And so he's at 2,800, and that's kind of tough to beat. So yeah, But you have to detach that Xyz material for when, like, you really need to, like, to negate an attack. Then, like, last part, you can overlay that. And now, in case your plan really fails, you got a face down, which in this case is Magical Undertaker. You place that face down as your defense monster, and then you equip Utopia Ray with Zexal Weapon Unicorn Spear. Gains 1900 attack, and say there's like a Man-Eater bug on the field and you attack it, won't affect him. Won't affect this guy, it'll affect this guy. Yeah. Actually, I think Zexal Weapon makes all monsters on your side of the field unaffected by stuff like that. But I may need to read the card later. Well, anyway, that's the next part. And now for part 3. Alright, now for part 3 we have some extra additive cards. And I will show you my other pile, which I just added in there for a little bit of fun. My friend traded me those. And here are some other cards you can add in there. Tasuke Knight, Crane, Herald of Creation, because it's a good card. Once per turn, send one card from your hand to the graveyard. So it's one level 7 or higher monster added to your hand. And it's a spellcaster, so it goes good with the A forces and stuff. Assault Armor, if you equip it to a warrior, against 300. And then, during your next standby phase, send this to the graveyard. The equipped monster can attack twice. I know a good card to use that on. It's here in the stack. Earth Chant, you'll see why. To bring out the Blackluster Soldier, because it's a warrior. Like I said, works good with the A forces. Magic Cylinder, if you're in a tough spot and you're losing and your opponent has like 100 life points left. Gentlemander, it's pretty much a built-in shift with a special summon. So, that's pretty good. Mystic Tomato. Since you have dark monsters and this card's destroyed, you can bring out like Gaga Magician or Gaga Girl or pretty much anything like that. You have Mystical Space Typhoon to get rid of some spells and traps. Rye Rider, because it goes good with some monsters like Crane, and it has a really good effect. Bull Blader is a good card because you could take on Blue Eyes with it. Neither player would take damage, and they're both destroyed. Oh yeah, Blade Bouncer would work good with Assault Armor, and so would Blade Armor Ninja. Yeah, here's what it would do. If you attack a monster with Blade Bouncer, you just send one card from your hand to the graveyard. It can attack an opponent's monster again, and if you send this to the graveyard during your standby phase when it's equipped to him, you can attack 3 times altogether. You can do the same thing with Blade Armor Ninja, except you'd attach an Xyz material. Rank up Barion's Force. So if you have like, let's see, Utopia out on the field, see, not just regular Utopia, you could play Barion's Force to bring out this. He has his own Xyz material, send him to the graveyard. It's pretty much a Volcasaurus right there, except it works with attack altogether. Yeah. And then the last part, if your opponent does good with Xyz, you can bring out 2 Bite Bugs and have either one monster they control lose 600 or 2 monsters they control lose 300. Either way, win-win right there. And hang on a sec, this video is going to cut again. Oh yeah, and here are the cards I just put in my deck for a little bit of fun. Morphing Jar, Watt-tailed Dragon, goes good with Gaga Magician in order to bring out Chronomaly Atlantis, which I will show you near the end. Worm Apocalypse, I didn't put that in there. I was thinking about it, but didn't do it. Kaiba-Man, that's going to my Dragon deck. Obelisk the Tormentor, it's not going in there, I'm afraid. Even though I want to put it in there, it just take up too much room. Whirlwind Weasel, it wouldn't really fit. And Green Kappa. This would go good in there because it's a warrior, but I'm not going to do it. Just weird. And here are the cards I got from the power-up packs that are Xyz. I got Granosaurus and number 6 Chronomaly Atlantis. 2 level 6 monsters, 2 level 3s. So that pretty much wraps up my video. Hope you all enjoyed, and if this video works out for you in a bunch of good ways, just let me know, and I will catch you all later.